Todd Carney could be considered as one of the most controversial figures to ever play rugby league. While he was a great player, playing in first grade for over 10 years and playing for the New South Wales Blues, his off-field incidents, including alcohol abuse, countless court cases, and the infamous bubbler photo, would overshadow his playing ability and ultimately lead him to getting kicked out of the NRL. This is the rise and fall of Todd Carney. Todd Carney was born on the 2nd of June 1986 in Goulburn, New South Wales. Carney would start his junior rugby league career playing for Goulburn Stockman, only to be recruited at just the age of 12 by the Canberra Raiders Junior Academy. Carney was a young talent, and he was quickly shown the first grade field, making his NRL debut on the 19th of June 2004 at just 17 years old. He played off the bench in the 4 games that he played in his first year. While he only played in 4 games, it was still enough to earn him the Canberra Raiders Rookie of the Year. In 2005, he played his way into the halfback role for the 11 games that he played that year, scoring 1 try in the process. Then, in 2006, it would be Carney's breakthrough year, where he would cement his place in the first grade side. He played the year swapping between halfback, 5'8", and playing from the bench. This year would also be his first taste of finals footy, where the Canberra Raiders would make the first round of the finals, only to lose to the Bulldogs, 30-12. Carney finished the season as the Raiders' equal top try scorer and playing a total of 22 games, scoring 12 tries, kicking 4 goals and 3 field goals. 2 of the field goals he kicked were to win the game, beating the West Tigers 19-18 and the North Queensland Cowboys 15-14. The end of 2006 would be the first of Carney's off-field incidents. He would be charged with drink driving and reckless driving, and after legal proceedings, he would be suspended from driving for 5 years. In 2007, he would continue his good form and played mainly at the 5'8" position. He was even being considered for selection for the New South Wales Blues, but those considerations were quickly taken away as Carney was involved in another driving-related incident. On the 18th of May, while he still had his licence suspended, Carney drove a ute belonging to teammate Steve Irwin. They got into a police chase. Carney refused to stop and lead the police in a high-speed chase through the back streets of Canberra. After turning into a dead-end street, Carney got out and started to run, leaving Irwin in the passenger seat. Irwin told police that Carney was the driver. Police went to Carney's home address, but he wasn't there. The next morning, Carney turned himself into the police. On the 12th of June 2007, Carney pleaded guilty to the charges of failing to stop when directed by police, negligent driving, and driving while disqualified. He would be spared jail time, but would receive a 12-month good behaviour bond and was banned from driving until 2012. He also received 200 hours of community service. During the 2007 season, Carney played 17 games, kicking 19 goals, 1 field goal, and was the Canberra Raiders' top try scorer, scoring 12 tries. In the 2008 pre-season, Carney would re-sign with the Canberra Raiders until 2010, with an option for a further 2 years. Then, Carney was faced with terrible news: the death of his father, who died at the age of 57. Carney would later say, "Dementia is a horrible disease, and I feel for all families affected by it, like mine was. He was my coach and mentor from the age of 6 to 16. And made me the player I was by pushing me to my limits. Seeing him deteriorate from a healthy, happy man into a shell of a person broke all of our hearts. This would lead Carney down a bad path." Off-field incidents would continue to affect Carney's footy career, and on the 20th of July, it was alleged that he had urinated on a man in a nightclub in Canberra. The man had to undertake counselling to overcome the trauma of the incident. Carney was suspended from playing in any league matches and training while the incident was investigated. The incident would lead to the club giving Carney a 5-step plan if he wanted to continue playing. Carney would have to stand down from training and matches for the rest of the season, go on an alcohol ban until the end of 2012, undergo counselling, complete a community service program, and pay a $20,000 fine. If Carney did not accept the plan, the NRL threatened to deregister his contract for 2 years. Carney asked for the plan to be altered, where he could avoid points 1 and 2. This was not acceptable to the club's board, and on the 7th of August 2008, the Canberra club sacked Carney and terminated his $400,000 a year contract. Carney then was deregistered by the NRL. and he would not be eligible to play in the competition until 2010. In February 2009, Carney was involved in a vandalism incident in Goulburn. He jumped on a car bonnet and damaged the entrance to a store. He would receive a 12-month suspended jail sentence, and he was also ordered to undertake alcohol counselling. In May, Carney was involved in another incident. He was assaulted by 4 men in Atherton around 3 AM, with one of those men, former Cowboys and Broncos player, Nick Sliney. Carney's agent said he was at a 21st. Some bloke on the drinks provoked him. He walked away from it. Didn't want a bar of it. They followed him down the road and bashed him. At the end of the year, Carney reportedly injured a man by setting his pants on fire in an incident on New Year's Eve. The man suffered burns to his arse, scrotum, and upper thighs after allegedly having his pants set on fire while he was on holiday in Queensland. The police did not investigate the incident because the man made no formal complaint. After the lengthy ban from the NRL, Carney would join the Sydney Roosters in the 2010 season. The Roosters coach at the time, Brian Smith, moved Carney to fullback, and after the Roosters won the first round of the year, beating the Bunnies 36-10, he would stay at fullback for the next 8 rounds, and then would swap back between halfback and 5'8" for the rest of the season, where the Roosters would make it all the way to the grand final, only to fall short, losing to the St George Illawarra Dragons 32-8. Todd Carney had a fantastic first season back, playing in a total of 28 games, scoring 16 tries, and kicking 95 goals. He also came second in both the top point scorer and the top goal kicker list. He was also awarded the Dally M Medal as Player of the Year, and won the Dally M 5'8" of the Year, and the Proven Summons Medal as the People's Choice Award. Additionally, he received the Rugby League's International Federation's International Player of the Year Award, truly Carney's best season. Moving to 2011, after having such a great season, the year didn't start out too well. It was reported that Carney was involved in a few alcohol-related incidents. Because of this, the NRL management stood Carney down from the Sydney Roosters and was required to receive treatment for his issues. Carney would return to the NRL in round 10 against the Cronulla Sharks. In early August, Carney was with his teammates Nate Miles and Frank Paul Nuwasala. They broke a team agreement to not touch alcohol for 2 weeks, and on the 8th of September, the Roosters announced that they would release Carney from the final year of his contract. Carney was denied a visa to gain access into the United Kingdom due to his criminal convictions. Carney was reportedly considering a contract with French-based Super League team, the Catalans Dragons. In 2011, Carney played 16 games, scoring 6 tries, and on the 26th of October, it was announced that Carney had agreed to a 2-year contract with the Cronulla Sharks. The 2012 season was another good one for Carney. As his first year as a Shark, he helped them to the finals and played in all 3 State of Origin matches. The Sharks would lose the first round of the finals, 16-34, to the Canberra Raiders. He played in 21 games, scoring 4 tries, kicking 71 goals and 3 field goals. The 2013 season was similar to the 2012 one, where the Sharks would make it to the finals, but would lose the first week. Carney played in 21 games, scoring 2 tries, kicking 45 goals and 1 field goal. He would also earn the Dally M 5'8" of the Year for the second time. On the 29th of June 2014, after Carney played 9 games in the season, Carney was sacked by the Sharks due to a photograph leaking on social media with Carney pissing into his own mouth. The photo is infamously known as the bubbler. Carney didn't believe he would get sacked from the incident, but apparently he was on his last warning for behavioural issues. The NRL's Chief Operating Officer, Jim Doyle, said, "I would be surprised if any club would show interest in signing him. Considering his history, and even if they did, it was unlikely the NRL would agree to register him." On the 18th of January 2019, Carney would talk on the Bloke in a Bar podcast about the incident. Carney said that the bubbler had been performed by another teammate, Bryce Gibbs. Carney said the bubbler became part of celebrations after a win. Carney said the former Cronulla boss, Steve Noyce, was one of the club's officials to see Gibbs do the bubbler. Carney said that it only became a problem to Noyce because the photo was in a public space and got released to the public. In 2015, Carney moved to France as he signed with the Super League club, the Catalans Dragons. He would play in the 5'8" position in the 2015 and 2016 season, playing a total of 33 games, scoring 9 tries across both years. At the end of 2016, Todd Carney would briefly be back in Australia and face Chris Sandow in a boxing match. All proceedings from the fight would go to local Sydney charities, and the fight ended in a draw. In 2017, Carney played for the Salford Red Devils in England, playing in 16 games across the year. At the end of the year, he signed a contract to play in the Queensland Cup with North Pride, in an attempt to make his way back into the NRL. He played 7 games for North Pride at the start of the 2018 season, and was reportedly training with the Northern Queensland Cowboys throughout this time, but was not yet cleared to play in the NRL. In the middle of May, he signed a deal with the North Sydney Bears. However, on the 1st of July, Carney's move to the Bears was blocked, after Carney refused to pay the Northern Pride a $15,000 release fee. Northern Pride asked if North Sydney Bears would pay the fee, but they refused. On July 7th, Carney signed a short-term contract with the English club, the Hull Kingston Rovers, to play for them for the rest of the year. Carney played a total of 6 games for them. At the end of 2020, Todd Carney would release an app with the intention to protect players from making bad social media posts called Social Base. Carney thought it could be a helpful tool for players to avoid online trouble. At the beginning of 2021, Todd Carney would fight in another boxing match as the opening bout of the All-Stars Fight Night in Townsville against Scott Prince. Carney would drop Prince in the first round, and Prince would rock Carney a few times in the final 2 rounds. The fight would end in another draw. Carney's made peace in his life and wants other athletes to learn from his mistakes. Carney has been sober since the 24th of March 2023, and says his decision has deepened my gratitude for life's simplest moments. He currently runs a concreting business and works with the Men of Business, an organisation that helps and mentors teens at risk. He also has continued to play footy over the past few years at the Byron Bay Red Devils. While Carney's career was truly a roller coaster, there's no denying he was a great footy player, and it's a shame we'll never see his full playing potential. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I regularly post videos like this one, and if you want to watch another one, click the video on screen.